Hello, everyone. Welcome to Maximize Your Life with Dr. Regina Banks Hall. As we continue to honor and celebrate women during Women's History Month, I wanted to read excerpts from a chapter I wrote several years ago entitled Overcome Your Fear and Walk into Your Destiny. What is fear? According to Merriam-Webster's dictionary, fear is an unpleasant, strong emotion caused by an anticipation or awareness of danger. This fear results from a past experience or a present fear of the future. The emotion from fear is very real for some of us because it hinders our ability to move forward with success. Today, this podcast is designed to help us identify the inner strengths we hold in order to overcome emotional fears that hinder us from walking into our destiny. As I examine fear and its connection to failure, each of us has our own method for handling fear based on our values, beliefs, and personal support systems. For example, a new woman business owner trying to compete in a male-dominated environment may struggle with the fear of rejection as she tries to grow her business. A recently divorced mother who has never worked outside the home will have a different set of fears navigating a new life for herself and her children. Her obstacle is standing on her own and taking care of her family. For both, the fear of the unknown is overwhelming, but in order to succeed, each has to step out on faith and move forward. My method for managing fear was based on spiritual guidance and encouragement from my parents. As a child, I learned to recite biblical scriptures and apply the meanings whenever I felt fear overtaking my success. One of my favorite scriptures is as follows: God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. That's 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. Therefore, I learned we have the tools already working inside of us to overcome any adversity. We have to stir up our gifts and move forward. In addition to my parents, I found strength in reading biblical stories of individuals who persevered and overcame their personal trials and tribulations. Two biblical stories I recommend reading are the stories of Esther and Ruth. Esther was an orphan living in a foreign land where she concealed her Jewish heritage. However, her faith would be tested with the fear of exposure. Her destiny called for her to go before the king with no appointment on behalf of her people. This went against royal protocol and could have easily resulted in her death. Esther would overcome her fear and find the strength to save herself and her race from destruction. Ruth's story is also amazing as she would lose her homeland, husband, and family. She takes a risk and accompanies her mother-in-law back to her native homeland. Ruth was not welcome due to religious customs. However, she would find love, start a new family, and become the great-grandmother of a king. When looking at fear from a contemporary perspective, failure of achievement is often the reason fear holds us captive. The fear of achievement is sometimes associated with a lack of self-confidence. This fear causes individuals to limit their potential because they are afraid to succeed. However, a failure towards achieving success creates a great learning experience for someone else. Small business owners can be encouraged after reading about the rejections and struggles of others. Our ability to overcome our struggles and fears can provide the inspiration to help others overcome their personal issues. One of the best places to start the process of overcoming your fear is to build your own war chest of inspiration. Create a list of individuals with whom you relate. Read their success stories and learn from their trials and tribulations. I have drawn some of my personal inspiration from ladies who paved the way during the 20th century. Their commitment and success has opened the door for many women. Some of the women who have a place in my personal war chest are Coretta Scott King, Mary Kay Ash, the founder of Mary Kay Cosmetics, Rosa Parks, former First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt. For the 21st century, I'm drawing inspiration from former First Lady and Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, former First Lady Michelle Obama, former First Lady Laura Bush, reporter Soledad O'Brien, author and evangelist Beth Moore, and my mother, First Lady Estella Burgess. For those of you who can relate to biblical references, the story of Esther and Ruth are very powerful. These women are part of my inspiration list because they championed causes for others and walked into their destinies when fear could have derailed their success. They have found their place in history and can always provide inspiration to others on the importance of perseverance and commitment. You've been listening to Maximize Your Life with Dr. Regina Banks Hall. Please tune in as I share additional excerpts from this chapter on overcoming your fear and walking into your destiny.